I'm making this announcement in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and is posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the municipal website. Accordingly, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied in regard to this meeting. Please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Karlovic?
Here.
Councilman Boyle? Here. Councilman Finestrella?
Here.
Councilwoman Giordano Paserno? Here. Councilman Morrow?
Here.
Councilman Piper?
Here.
Councilman Scarice?
Here.
All are present.
Okay, I'd like a motion to approve the minutes of February 18, 2026.
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Boyle, seconded by Councilman Finestrella. Roll call.
Councilman Boyle?
Yes.
Councilman Finestrella?
Yes.
Councilwoman Giordano Paserno?
Yes.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Piper?
Yes.
And Councilman Scarice?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, I have a Women's History Month, which I'm proud of to present this evening, which is the month of March. Whereas the month of March is recognized nationwide as Women's History Month, a time to honor the contributions, achievements, leadership, and enduring impact of women throughout our nation's history. This year's theme, as designated by the National Women's History Alliance, is Leading the Change, Women Shaping a Sustainable Future. The 2026 theme celebrates women who are driving meaningful change, strengthening communications, advancing opportunity, protecting our environment, building inclusive economics, and mentoring the next generation of leaders. Women have always been at the forefront of progress, often without recognition, yet never without impact. From the historic pioneers who broke barriers and expanded rights to modern innovators and public servants who continue to shape policy, education, business, healthcare, science, and civic life. Women have transformed challenges into opportunities and vision into action. Here in the Borough of Kenilworth, women serve every day as elected officials, volunteers, educators, first responders, business owners, professionals, caregivers, advocates, and mentors. They lead with integrity, serve with compassion, and contribute immensely to the strength, safety, and vitality of our community. This leadership reflects the spirit of service and dedication that defines Kenilworth. Women's History Month is not only a time to reflect on the achievements of the past, but also to recognize the work that continues, ensuring that women and girls have access to opportunity, representation, and the resources needed to thrive. By celebrating women's accomplishments and supporting their continued achievement, we help shape a more equitable and sustainable future for all. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Kenilworth do hereby recognize March 2026 as Women's History Month and encourage all residents to honor the women who've paved the way, celebrate the women who lead today, and inspire young women who will shape tomorrow. And I would like to present this proclamation to our Councilwoman Giordano Paserno.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm honored. So actually, I'll just say very quickly, I met another wonderful young woman at the January Board of Ed meeting, and she's the student liaison. Her name is Katie Lima, and actually I think this really belongs with her because she's paving the way for a younger generation, and I'll share her report later, but thank you very much. I'll share
Thank you.
it with her. Isn't
Thank
she?
you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to move on to the finance report. Councilman Morrow.
Sure, thank you, Mayor.
Okay, the Finance Committee is scheduled to meet next Monday to discuss the 2026 municipal budget, so we'll have more to report specifically on the budget at the next meeting. Regarding finance-related items on tonight's agenda, there are a few of them. I'll point out three that I thought were noteworthy. Resolution 2686 awards the contract for our new and long-awaited holiday decorations. Laura, thank you for staying focused and seeing us through. It does deserve a round of applause. Thank you, Laura. Resolution 2687 awards a contract to replace the windows at the senior center. This is being funded through a community development block grant. Resolution 2692 authorizes the borough to apply for a specific shared service-related grant to purchase a $300,000 Jetter Vac sewer truck for our DPW use. Lastly, a note from the Finance Office, more of a public service announcement. The Blue Books for property tax relief for seniors and certain disability recipients are now available. I actually have literally the Blue Book. That's, I guess, why they call it that. Residents can receive free help filing the online form, and I'll say this slowly because if you want to write this down, the Cranford Regional Information Center at 6 Commerce Drive, 3rd floor, Suite 300. And here's where you can go and get some help. Bring with you a photo ID, social security number, street address, but also the county and municipal code, the block and lot number. Those are those numbers on your property tax postcards that get mailed. The 2024 and 2025 income documentation. Specifically, this is NJ 1040, 1099R, 1099 SSA from your tax returns. The total billed 2024 and 2025 property taxes, and you should be good to go. Residents can, as always, call the tax office or visit us at Borough Hall, and we'll be sure enough to help. And that's all I have for you.
Thank you, Councilman. Department of Public Works, Councilman Boyle.
Thank you, Mayor. During February 2026, the department incurred 318 hours of overtime. Most of the time was plowing. And the next open Saturday for recycling drop-off will be on March 14th until noon. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman. Department of Public Safety, Councilman Fenestrella.
Thank you, Mayor. For the month of February, the Kenilworth Police Department responded to 1,319 calls for service and 168 911 calls. There were 138 and a half hours for the month of overtime, and they are as follows. 29 hours of scheduled patrol overtime, 12 hours dispatch overtime, no hours of patrol invest, 28 hours of dispatch calling, 9.5 hours dispatch invest, 24 hours SWAT call-out, 4 hours municipal court, 8 hours a ride program, and 24 hours hospital prisoner detail. Kenilworth Police Department completed 98 hours of training, issued 270 traffic summonses, and made 7 arrests for the month. There were 5 sick days and 2 sick occurrences. There were 20 on-the-job injuries or days, and Kenilworth Police Department received 33 flock hot list alerts from stationary cameras throughout the borough. A message from the chief. The Kenilworth Police Department would like to remind residents to follow the borough ordinance for parking during and after snowfall. Everbridge, the social media notifications were sent to residents when we were expecting a major snow event. The Kenilworth Police Department has issued dozens of summonses and towed multiple violators during the past snow events. There seemed to be a better public compliance with parking in the correct location under the snow ordinance during this last storm. Municipal parking lots are not for private overnight parking. Those in violation will be issued summonses. Police, Kenilworth Police Department, and Kenilworth DPW have been working diligently to clear the roads. Work with us to ensure everyone can drive safely on our streets. Do not throw the snow from your property into the roadway. Please clear snow from your vehicle to ensure safe driving for you and other drivers. Please do not place items in the roadway to save parking spots. This is a violation and summonses will be issued. And I'm also to notify the Kenilworth Police Department to report a complaint or nuisance. If you see something, say something, call them, or else they won't know. And that's all I have, except for make sure that Sunday morning at 2 a.m., you set your clocks forward 1 hour, so we lose an hour. So you're going to miss 9 o'clock mass if you don't. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman. Planning and zoning, Councilman Scarice.
Thank you, Mayor. Subdivision on 252 Boulevard has been approved and memorialized. Engaged residents, 214 North 15th Street, in addition, trying to make a one-family into a two-family. Applications in applicant's hands. Cell tower replacement. South 31st Street, AT&T is in review with our planner. County corporate property, otherwise known as the old Merck property, 2,000 Galvin Road. Looking for a major subdivision into 4 more lots. It's in review with our planner and engineer. 415 Lafayette, they won't put a gazebo in the backyard. Deemed complete, but there's no set date yet for the planning board, and that's all I have to report.
Thank you, Councilman. Recreation and Fire, Councilman Piper.
Thank you, Mayor. No record report yet. The fire department report for the month of February. The fire department responded to 57 calls. During these incidents, the fire department traveled 142 miles and utilized 362 man-hours. The fire department rescue squad responded to 22 calls, traveling 248 miles and utilized 180 man-hours. So during the month of February, the fire department and rescue squad completed 271 hours of training. The additional man-hours utilized, administrative 261, stipend 1,240, 1,240, building maintenance 15, vehicle maintenance 7, rescue squad administrative 35. So the total calls for the month were 79, total miles traveled were 390, and the total man-hours were 2,371. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman. Health, Education, and Welfare, Councilwoman Giordano Paserno.
Thank you, Mayor. The library has a couple of functions this week, Friday, March 6th. There is a craft activity for ages 3 to 7, and then March 13th, a craft event for ages 10 to 16. On Monday, March 16th, there's a poetry class at 3:30. And on Saturday, March 14th, there's a story circle with our own Talina Kupari, who will be there reading her book, Pizza Palooza Alphabet Book, at 10:30. Of course, the traditional Lapsit, PJ story time, yoga story time, Yarnies, they're actively going. There's activities every day at the library, so please go on their calendar, sign up for classes or events that need registration, but there's a lot happening. The seniors, they have our next big event is at the Senior Center Thursday, March 19th, is Soups On. You could get tickets, and I believe it starts at 5:30. And on March 27th at 5:30 at the VFW, the Girl Scouts are doing an AMREF 250 geared event. It's called Thinking Night, Our History, Our Friends, and different roles that the various states played in the Revolutionary War. And there will be postcard exchanges and things from all the states on display. So that'll be a nice activity as well. The Health Department meeting is next Thursday the 12th, so I'll have a report on the following council meeting. And the last is a report from Katie Lima that I mentioned earlier, who is the student liaison for Brierley, a senior. And she gives a very detailed, eloquent report, and I'll just give you a quick summary of some highlights going on at Brierley. They launched a new scholarship website that seniors can go on and see various scholarship offers for colleges, vocational schools, all different things. And they're listed on their Google Chrome class book, so they could go on and get all the information there. Also, Brierley has it's a club, it's called the Model UN, and it's like a mini UN, and they will be attending, it's the first time they're attending the conference in North Brunswick, which is a North Brunswick Model UN Conference on March 21st. Right now, they have 30 members, but 20 of the students will be attending this conference, and there's various activities and awards that are given out, so I'm excited that such an important role is available, and a club is available to our students. And this past January 7th, the Braley juniors and seniors took an exam. It's called the Seal of Biliteracy. So any student who is bilingual, you take an exam as far as, of course, you're being able to speak the language, but also read and write the language. And if you pass the exam, you get a certificate, and it's stamped on your diploma, and that is a really important achievement that would assist you when you're looking for different colleges or tech schools, but eventually going out into the job market to have this certification. So it's another thing that was offered to our juniors and seniors this year. So I think there's a lot happening, and I asked Katie if she would share her report with me so I can share with all of you, but I also invited her to attend, but she works quite a bit at night, but hopefully she'll be able to come up and present herself. She's a really great representation, as well as Hector, who's in the audience here, of what Kenilworth students are accomplishing and doing in our schools. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Borough Engineer.
Thank you, Mayor. Not too much work is going on right now, very limited projects. Just still waiting for most of the snow to melt for some of these contractors to get it back out there. I'm coordinating with some of them to kind of get a schedule now that the weather seems to be lessening up and temperatures are rising. So that's pretty much it now.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Borough CFO?
Thank you, Mayor. We're just working diligently on the 26 budget, and the Finance Committee will be meeting Monday night.
Great, great, thank you. Borough Attorney?
I don't have anything to report.
Okay, thank you. Borough Administrator?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to note a change coming from the state regarding how municipalities publish legal notices. Beginning March 1st, legal notices will primarily be posted on municipal websites instead of in the newspapers. To prepare for that change, the borough has added a legal notices page to our website, and there the residents can view all current notices free of charge, along with archives of past notices, and this will give the public one simple place to find official borough notices moving forward and helping to reduce the cost of our publications. In addition to the LEAP grant that we're putting in for the sewer jetter vac truck, we're also putting in, actually I have submitted a grant for Keep America Beautiful. It's the 2026 Cigarette Litter Prevention and Recycling Program. If awarded, the funding will allow us to install cigarette butt receptacles along the boulevard and relaunch a recycling initiative aimed at reducing litter, protecting waterways, and improving the appearance of our business corridor. I just have two reminders. Petition filing for the June primary is due Monday, March 23rd by 4 p.m. All petitions must be into my office. We also have the next regular council meeting. Normally we meet on Wednesdays on the 18th. This next meeting we had to reschedule, so we will be meeting Monday the 16th at 6 p.m. And I also wanted to put a thank you out there to our DPW and our police department for safely relocating our pollinators this afternoon. Thank you, gentlemen. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Next for council consideration is the consent agenda consisting of resolutions 26-80 through 26-92.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Boyle, seconded by Councilwoman Giordano Picerno. Roll call?
Resolutions 26-80 through 26-92 have been approved by one motion. All items will be reported individually in full in the minutes. Councilman Boyle?
Yes.
Councilman Finestrella?
Yes.
Councilwoman Giordano Paserno?
Yes.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Piper?
Yes.
And Councilman Scurrier.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, at this time, I'd like a motion to open the floor to the public.
Motion.
Motion made by Councilman Scurry, seconded by Councilman Piper. Does anyone have anything to say for the good and well-being of Kenilworth? Please come forward and state your name and address.
Hi, I've been told I should be very quick because someone had the basketball game to go to.
Playoffs.
I have two things I want to bring to the attention of the council and everyone.
Joey, I'm sorry, could you just state your name and address, please?
Oh, yeah. 34 North 14th Street, Joey Grimaldi, not to be confused with my nephew.
Thank you.
Anyhow, so, Mrs. Tony Giordano Paserno.
Yes.
You cover the school, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I live on 14th Street. I see the way the snow gets plowed and stuff. Can the Kenilworth school people, the guy that runs the machine, could he go on Kenilworth roads and snow blow on that side of the street, snow blow into the field, go all the way to the other end of the street at Monroe, and then come up on the school sidewalk and then blow the snow in the school field, because the snow was all piled up. Now, yes, we had 2 tremendous snowstorms, which we should be good for another 10 years. But I see the people, the mothers and fathers parking across the street, and they're parking next to like 2-3 feet of snow because we had so much. But if the school guy goes on the Kenilworth Street, blows it into the field, goes around the
Through
perimeter.
the fence into the field?
From the street into the fence, and then get up on the sidewalk and come down the other way and blow it into the street, because then the parents would be able to, get their kids in and out from the sidewalk
Well,
side.
I know Justin and Greg work together beautifully, and Mr. Davies actually wrote a letter to mayor and council wanting to point that out. So I'm sure whatever they could do, they did do. You can't blow snow in the street, so that wouldn't be appropriate. But like you said, there was so much that even when, so I'm sure whatever they were able to do, and I don't know how effective it would be going through the fence. I imagine it would get caught on the chain link and possibly damage it. But I know they took all of that into consideration. The heavy traffic on 14, parents and students trying to walk and get to wherever. But I know they all collaborated really well together to get that school up and running. I think when a lot of surrounding towns, their schools were closed, we were open the next day. So I'm sure whatever they could do, they did.
Okay, my second thing, I bought 2 wonderful Kenilworth 250th anniversary challenge coins, and I have one at home, and the other one I just delivered today to the Gun for Hire pistol range at Woodland Park, New Jersey, and they've had it for maybe about a year or so. They have a Challenge Coin Museum.
Oh,
And they have a lot of challenge coins. They're up in northern Jersey, and they got a lot of the northern Jersey police departments, and there's some 9/11 specific ones, and military and police and...
That's interesting.
And fire and ambulance, all of that. It's a beautiful,
Yeah,
it's a
I bet.
beautiful thing. So what I would like to say is if Councilwoman Paserno or Bob, where are you? If you guys would want to bring one of these to the next Board of Education meeting and see if the school wants to do a field trip or something up there to see the challenge coins, because they're really beautiful.
Okay.
And there's so many.
That's really cool.
And the other thing is, now, Police Chief Paul is not here. I assume he's doing well?
He is.
And recuperating? And you are?
Ed Pastor, I'm captain.
Captain Pastor.
Okay. Maybe you could tell your guys about the coin museum as well?
Absolutely.
And I also have some stuff that maybe you might want to pass on to, I forget his name, but your firearms guy, and/or just any other of the officers or patrolmen. I'll give it to you at the end. And that's all I have.
Thank
And-
you.
Oh, look, it's still happening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Come on up.
Hi, my name is Vicki Roman, and I live at 37 South 20th Street. I don't know what to do. I actually just want to ask some questions. They don't have to be answered now. I just want to know.
Excuse me, would you mind speaking?
Oh,
into the
yeah,
mic so
sure.
we can
Yes,
hear you?
yes.
Sure.
We don't want to miss anything.
Okay, a lot of people are complaining. I'm not that Facebook complaining person, whatever. I want to talk about the snow. I want to talk about DPW. I want to talk about us working with Roselle Park. I want answers. I want to know where all the money is. Who's plowing these streets that are doing not a good job? And I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not making anybody lose their jobs. That's not me. That's not me. But I want answers. I want to know what's going on. Okay, we've asked to have a tree cut down in front of the house because we are having major sewer backups in the house. We were told there's no money. There's no money for bulk pickup. The plow on 20th Street, knock on wood, no cars were parked on the street, but the plow was down the middle of the street, came up the middle of the street. Nothing was plowed like a normal plowing job. We have garbage men that work, again, I'm not putting them throwing them under the bus. We have garbage men that go to work 5 o'clock in the morning, pick up the garbage, and they're done by 8 o'clock. So we're paying them 8 hours for maybe a 3-4 hour job, when they could be doing other things in this town, such as plowing, weeding, or doing whatever. I just want to know where all the money went. I want to know what's going on with all these things. Why I can't, I know I'm skipping all over the place, sorry. Why I can't get a tree cut down, but the guy down my street told me he got his tree cut down because he wanted it for a parking spot. I'm a little confused on what's going on in this town. I've been here in the same house for 67 years. Okay, I've never seen people complain the way they're complaining on Facebook about the lights of town, the plowing. Listen, if it snows at 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't expect the streets to be plowed at 8. Come on, there are human beings that are doing this job. But after a certain point, it should be somewhat safe and plowed, and the street should be plowed a little bit better. Some of the people I see that we hired at DPW should not be working at DPW. They can barely walk, they're elderly. I mean, you know, it's kind of like everything I feel with the DPW right now, I'm really upset with, more than anything. Again, we got a lot of money from Roselle Park. I feel bad for Roselle Park too. They're complaining too. You know, we lost our guys. We're short manpower. We're short money. What is really going on? And our taxes go up.
I also have a question. There was a tree cut down for a
That's what I
parking
was told on
spot?
my street. I never spoke to the person
So the
personally. I was told.
Tree was on the, I don't understand how it was cut down for a parking spot.
Listen, I don't have like all information. That's why I'm very careful what I say. I don't, again, want to get anybody in trouble. But some of my neighbors told me you can't get that tree down because our sewer keeps backing up. I keep having,
No, we talked about it. We've met about this
it's
before.
really bad and it's still going on. And they said, I can't believe you can't get your tree cut down when the guy down the end of the street at the dead end got his cut down by the town because of the way the dead end is, and for parking, additional parking.
I'm gonna confirm that.
Yeah,
what that
again,
is. You don't know
I mean,
the
it's
address of
before.
that? Do you know the address there?
No, it's supposedly the last house on the right. Again, I can be misinformed. That's why I'm very gentle on what I say. I'm very careful. But I do want some answers. You know, taxes go up, we get money from Rosa Park, but nothing's really being done, you know, the proper way.
I can't answer all your questions because the superintendent is sitting right there, Greg. I would suggest maybe you have a meeting with him and go through your concerns and have him address whatever your concerns are. And I agree, you see a lot of things on Facebook. I think Facebook is for cowards.
Yeah.
And a lot of misinformation gets put on there that's not fair to the people because it's just negative things going out.
I agree.
And you don't have the opportunity to defend yourself or answer the question. It just starts a firestorm. I've heard good and bad things about our merger. I have a lot of friends that live in Roselle Park that love it and feel that the merger has made it more professional than what they've experienced.
And I don't see that.
And I've been living here 30 years, and I don't see anything so negative as you're painting it. But you have your own situation, and that's fair.
Yes.
So if I were you, I would go right to the source. And he's here every day.
I have no problem with that, none
And maybe
whatsoever.
you could have a conversation so you do get the right information, not what somebody said.
But that
about
right
somebody.
information could be wrong. I'm not putting
Correct.
you down.
Yeah.
Put it 37 South 20th. So my thing is, but it doesn't make his thing right and mine wrong.
Right.
Just like it doesn't, you're telling me it doesn't make mine right. and his
Exactly.
wrong.
I think it's great that you're here and you could have a conversation.
Yeah, this is
with
where I feel it should be, not
Yeah.
on Facebook,
Right.
not on
Exactly.
whatever other stuff everybody uses. I just want answers, like we get money, we have workers that,
I haven't seen any workers that can't walk, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can clarify too, the money we get from Roselle Park for the DPW merger that we had goes to paying the salaries and the benefits for the extra employees that we hired so we could service the town.
Okay.
We're not profiting from that.
and I'm not saying anybody is, but the point is, but then when you reach out and you say, we're short-staffed, or this and that, so we have no money to do this.
We hired 9 individuals, and I
That's what
understand
I'm
during the storm, there were about 6 people total, and a large DPW now with the extra 9 people that were out. If I have the numbers wrong, Greg, I think it was around something, you had people calling out. I mean, that's just the nature of human beings, like you said before.
I get it.
But that's where the money goes, full transparency. We're paying for the salaries and the benefits of all the workers on the DPW. We had to increase the staff 9 people after the merger, and that's where the $1.6 million that we
But
get
then how come when we need something, they say, what I keep hearing is we're short-staffed, or we don't have money.
I don't know where you'd hear that from, because the trees, we influxed $100,000 last year at the end of the year, so we could cut down all the trees that needed servicing. We had one fall in a gentleman's car, and he came up here, and we did what we needed to do with the budget to fund the money right into the tree cutting. From what I understand, we cleared out all the backlog of the tree removal requests that had been approved. And I know that trees just don't come down, they have to be inspected. The DPW goes out there, they need to be dying for us to cut them down. otherwise they don't get cut down. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with your tree.
It's a big situation, my tree, and if it was your house, I'm not saying...
No, I'm not arguing with you.
You'd be all over it, too.
I'm not arguing with you. There's just a process that goes through, and we put all the money into the budget last year so we can clear out all the trees that were there. So if there was one missing, I'm not saying that yours was or wasn't on the list. It's just,
No, we
that's
spoke
what
about
we
it,
did.
Linda and I believe she spoke to you.
Yes.
No, in regards to her tree, I never told her we didn't have any money. I told her we're not cutting
No, I
it
didn't say
down.
you said that.
I told her we're not cutting it down because the arborist said it's perfectly healthy. She wanted to cut down to replace her sewer lateral. And the arborist said that the sewer lateral is far enough away from the tree that if she were to dig it up, replace the sewer lateral, it would not impact the health of the tree. As long as they kept the trench minimal to the lateral replacement. And the house that she's referring to at the end of South 20th, that guy removed that tree after he removed the large section of the tree without our approval. So we told him that it's his tree now because he violated borough code. It was a DPW committee approval at the time. This was when I first started working here. And then once he got that email, he removed the entire tree himself.
So he paid for
the
the,
whole thing himself. So
paid for it. Okay, well, that's good to clear that up.
I don't know where that came from either.
Yeah.
But now, the water company told us it's Kenilworth's problem. They will not put a new pipe in our thing until they cut the tree down because the roots are that bad. So I live with my kids in a house that keeps coming back up in the basement of the sewage. We actually had so many people there and paid a lot of money to get this checked, the mildew, the whatever. Listen, come live in my house for a little bit and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's constantly backed up. But the water company will not put a new pipe in until the tree is cut
Do you have
down.
a report from the water company? Because that would be very useful
Yeah,
for us.
that would be great.
That would
yes.
be great for us
I
to
will
have.
definitely get it.
And then, Greg, we could take another
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
it.
That's
Take a look
with
at
your
this.
contact, you can go to American Water. I'll call them and I'll explain the situation and see if we can work something out. Because I've done that with other residents. They said the same thing. It was to replace a water meter out at the curb. They wanted the tree cut down. We came to a different amicable compromise where the tree didn't have to be cut down, but the water company still put a water meter. So let me talk to them.
Because we keep going back and forth with them,
Yeah.
like big time, my husband does.
I understand.
And we're under that warranty thing, he paid for that, and they said they will not.
Can you send us that letter? Can you send that letter?
Yes,
If you send it to me, I can send it out to I'll send it out to
That's fine.
the Finance Committee and
And I'll
DPW.
American Water myself and get it handled.
Okay, I appreciate that, I do. And like all the other concerns I have, it's just, it's frustrating, it's just things that keep building up. You know, I go from that, I go from the way the street was plowed, I go from having money, not having manpower, to having manpower. I'm just over it. I just wanted some answers to see what's going on, you know, this is the place to do it. Am I right or wrong?
Yep,
Absolutely right.
absolutely. Yep.
So I still feel like I'm not fully satisfied with answers. That's fine, and if you would work with me, I'd appreciate that, you know, so I can get out of this mess at the house, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing no one, I'd like a motion to close the floor for public discussion.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Scarice, seconded by Councilman Piper. All in favor? Aye. Okay, is there any general business that anyone would like to discuss? What's that?
What did you say? Go ahead. No, I would just, before we conclude tonight, Mayor, I'd just like to take a moment to wish all of our military personnel that are serving overseas safety and strength as they deal with a war, and I want to thank them for their service to our country. And that's all, Mayor.
Okay, is there any workshop, anything anyone wants to talk about?
No, the recreation situation, I'm going to have a meeting with Joe Savino and myself, Kristen, and Joe Grasser. And then next week,
Joe, Savino, yourself.
the committee.
That's the rec committee.
Okay, I thought you're not on the rec committee?
Wait,
Yeah. That's why I'm
No, your
confused.
police, the one you chair, and what's your, DPW, right?
DPW, mine, and what would be the,
Public safety.
Yep, I'm wrong. Okay.
I think it might have
And that's to
been moved
discuss the
this
fees,
last,
right?
um,
Is that to discuss the fees? Is that?
yes, and then we're going to talk with council.
Okay, we'll have a conversation about it next meeting, okay. Anyone else, anything?
So, well, I just want, I don't know what the conversation is. I guess it's about fees for the summer camp. And I know that Roselle Park, they're modifying their camp because they're under construction or something. And so I think we need to, whatever your conversation is going to be, really consider that.
Roselle Park was going to roll back their camp, but I believe they rolled back that statement and
Yeah,
never
but
happened.
it may not be in its entirety. But as part of the Rotary Club, I realized that all of the trips, and Kristen, you could correct me if I'm wrong, we don't have the money to pay for them anymore. So the kids used to take like 3 or 4 trips a summer. We have no money to pay for that. So something has to be done with the fees that are being charged.
That's the exact thing
So,
Councilman Piper
yeah.
wants to discuss with his committee.
Because you don't want it to just be like warehousing kids in the summer in a hot gym. It used to have more stuff going on. I remember when my grandkids went, and that was only like 3
It's every
years, 4
Friday.
years ago. There would be a big celebration in the beginning, something
Yep.
at the end, 4 trips during the summer, and a lot of that has had to be canceled because the funds aren't there.
There's some logistical stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
Right, we're increasing, fees to generate revenue, but where we're going to increase them, that's to be determined.
Right.
That's
Okay.
that's all.
Okay.
Right. Okay, if there's
I'd like to echo Councilman Morrow, so we wish all our troops to be safe. We lost 6 so far. We pray for their families come through that loss, but hopefully it'll be a very calm world after we get through this and we'll have an area of peace. And in the long run, hopefully it will save lives and a lot of people getting hurt over time.
Okay. Joe, are there any holidays you'd like to announce?
Not that I can think
We will be,
March 17th?
no, we'll be here before
We'll be
that.
before that. And then St. Joseph's, the 19th, so I'll have to mention that.
Well, it is Women's History Month, everyone. Okay. Okay, if there's nothing else to be brought before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
A motion made by Councilman Morrow, seconded by Councilwoman Giordano Paterno. All in favor? Aye.